Hi. Today what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make guacamole. The one thing I will not be adding on my form of guacamole is cilantro. While some people do like cilantro, I enjoy it too, but sometimes it's not readily available. And to me, it's not a deal breaker. So we're going to go over the ingredients first, and then we're going to show you how to mix the ingredients, and it's relatively easy. And the beauty of making stuff fresh, either hummus or guacamole, is it has no preservatives at all. And that's a good thing. Because usually when you buy things at the store or restaurant, sometimes they have to put preservatives in there because the things they have to have a long shelf life. And when you're buying produce fresh, having fresh fruits or vegetables in your meals, it's a good idea. It's a healthy idea. And it also makes you stay relatively in good shape. I mean, it keeps your cholesterol low, keeps your blood pressure lower, keeps the weight off of you. So if you eat a lot of processed foods, unfortunately, those tend to have high saturated fats and other negative things for your body. So now what we'll do is we're going to proceed with the making of guacamole. Guacamole is made with fresh avocados. So I'll be showing you some of the ingredients we have here. Avocados, and we'll be coring these. I'll be showing you how to core these. We're also going to be using sweet onions. Sweet onions are very good. Lime. Lime's a staple. And believe it or not, I love lemons. Not all guacamole dishes have lemon in them as ingredients, but I love lemons. I love hummus. I love my guacamole. So, okay, so basically those are the ingredients that I'll be using, and I might even tweak it with a little tahini. That's the Middle Eastern in me. And last but not least is we are going to add the garlic. So we've got fresh garlic cloves, and we'll be using that as well. So we're also going to use one head of garlic. So what we're going to do is we're going to obviously peel it off, and then we're going to mince it. And then we're going to put the garlic inside the entire dish. Then you just pour them into a pan like so. And the pan will light. And we'll be doing this for the 5 avocados that we have. So for each of the avocados that you have, you simply open them up, you slice each avocado, and then what you want to do is you want to get out this little nut. So you could either use just pops out with any kind of a blade. And then what you do is you just take your spoon like this and you core it. Basically core it out like so. And you know what? You know it's just right when it's when it looks good like that and it easily comes out. See, it's almost like ice cream. And you're not really killing yourself. If it's not ripe enough, forget it. It's going to be really difficult for you to do the coring. But you can see this is perfect consistency. It's not all green and rotten. It's not rotten, but it's nice and nice green color, and it comes out very, very nicely. So we're going to be doing this here for all, using only 4 of the avocados. And the reason being is because the one avocado I had was too hard. When you felt it, and when I opened it, it was like hot as ice. So just average. So when you feel it, if you feel it and you could just begin to have a little bit of a cushion, you could really touch it and there's a little bit of an imprint, then you know it's basically acceptable for you to use. If it's hard as a rock, if you're touching it and you can't penetrate it at all with your fingers, then no, it's not going to be any good. So I just wanted to share. That's probably one of the more difficult things about making is choosing a perfectly ripe avocado, not too soft, not too hard. The Goldilocks principle, right? So, in any event, so what we're going to do now is I got my, so we actually have four avocados that have been cored. Okay, they've been cored and put in here, okay? And now I'm going to do my lemon. So we're going to do the lemons with our lemon processor here, get the juice. We have 1 lemon, and we're going to use 2 lemons. So we have 4 avocados. Keeping track here, and we're going to have 2 lemons. And then we have our lime. So I'm going to use 1 lime to see how it tastes. I always like to do a taste test. And if I need another lime, I'll cut up the other lime. So. There we go. All right. Now we have a head of garlic, which is minced. 1 whole head of garlic, which is minced. And you're gonna pour that right into here, like so. Okay. Now we have sweet onions. I love onions, they're good for you. Okay, and this is 1 whole sweet onion. So I'm not gonna use the whole thing right now, I'll probably use 3/4 of it. And I'll stir it up and check consistency. And then what we're going to do is we got the 2 tomatoes, which have already been washed, and dice these up and just put these right in here, like so. You just dice these up like so, throw these in here. Just core it out a little bit, core out, top core. These are plum tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomatoes, by the way. Good vine ripe tomatoes, whatever's on sale. Whatever's on sale. All right. And now I'm not going to forget, because in the Middle East, and some people might not put this in there. They say, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Put tahini in it." Well, I'm going to put my Middle Eastern bias in there and just put 1. I'll put 2. Why not? 2 tablespoons of the tahini in the paste. All right.
Now for the garlic, you don't need this onion?
Yeah, I think we'll go with the onion there. We'll see. See if it. So this here is how it looks. Now what I'm going to do is mix it up, and basically that's about it. Once you mix it up nicely, oh, don't forget the extra virgin olive oil, right? And how can I forget that? I'm Italian and Middle Eastern, so you need the extra virgin olive oil, right? I don't want to forget about that. So we're going to give it, let's see here. 1. Now we're adding 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. 4 tablespoons of the extra virgin olive oil. Now, what a trick is once you start eating this, there'll probably be some left over. And guacamole turns to be brown, gets brown, even when it's refrigerated. So what you do is you coat it with just a little lemon juice on top. Then you put saran wrap on top of that, put it in the refrigerator, and it looks fresh as the first day you made it. So that's a way of keeping the guacamole from looking or turning brown. If you're not sensitive to brown guacamole, then you don't really have to do that. I don't really think it has any kind of impact on the taste if the guacamole turns brown. But some people, you're going on your first date maybe, and you're giving your girlfriend some guacamole she never had before, and it's brown, she might be a little turned off by it. So, in any event. Sometimes they say you can't judge a book by its cover, but when it comes to food, some people do judge a book by its cover. If it doesn't look good, they don't want to try it. So. Which you can't blame them in this day and age. If food looks rotten, might not be rotten, but I know for me, for a fact, if I went to a restaurant and I saw food that was just brown and did not look fresh, I would not want to try to eat it. So, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to cut up the tomatoes a little bit more. Just cutting in half again. So I was laxed in that respect. But obviously, you want to have it so that there's a consistency of the tomatoes throughout. So you don't want to really have any large chunks of tomato anyway. You want to have it so that when someone takes a bite, they're lucky enough to get also maybe a bite of a tomato. That's why you want to mix the onions up too. And that way you're going to have a consistent mix, more of a consistent mixture throughout. Consistency is the name of the game. Anytime you're making kind of a mixture. What you can also do instead of using a spoon is you can use a fork, which I'm not doing. But if you use a fork, that can even mince it up more. So some people prefer to have it really minced up, the avocado, and other people like the big chunks, have some slight chunks. I'm more of an in-between person. I don't want like the big chunks, but obviously I wouldn't put it into a food processor either, like I do for the hummus. And it looks pretty too when it's done. It does have a texture to it, so it's not like it's a soup. You don't want a soup. That means you put too much of the ingredients, the different ingredients in there. But I'll show you how it should look, consistency-wise. And you give it a little taste test. Try it out. So here we go. That's still the consistency of the guacamole. And now I can put it on some pita bread. I love my Syrian bread, my flat bread. Or you can put it on a rich cracker. I always enjoy this with a little piece of bread too. Complement it. You can eat it plain too. Sometimes I've just eaten it plain right out of the bowl. But guacamole sandwich is always good. If you've never tried it, you give it a try. There we go. So I would say that's about perfect. See? That's about perfect. So let's give it a taste test. Let me get a free small little spoon. Taste test and see how it tastes. And here we go. All right. Bon appetit. It's good. Believe me, you'll enjoy it. Enjoy. Take care.